Hi everyone, my name is Julie, and today I would like to offer you a teen yoga practice. This yoga practice is really going to focus on the breath. So I'm going to ask you to really tap into your breathing today, no matter what pose we're in, whether we're laying on our backs in Savasana or we're standing on one leg in tree pose. So the breath is really, really powerful, and oftentimes we forget the benefits of taking deep, full belly breaths. What we're going to focus on today is using the breath to really keep us in the present moment. Sometimes it's hard to be in the present moment, and sometimes it's also hard to remember that whatever we're going through right now isn't permanent. So whatever feelings we woke up with today, whatever our body feels like today, whether that's really strong or maybe a little bit sore or stiff, all of those are not permanent. And the breath is a really good reminder for us to stay present, because what we experience isn't permanent. So our struggles aren't permanent, our joys and our highs aren't permanent. Everything is always changing, and we can always have the invitation to come back to the present moment with the breath. We can use the breath when we're struggling, we can use the breath when we're happy, we can use it when we're tired. It's always here to help us. So today, as we get started, I want you to know you don't have to do anything. If I'm doing plank pose and you don't want to do plank pose today, you don't have to. So do what feels good for your body today. Don't do something because I'm doing it or because you think you should be doing that. And maybe that's a lesson you can take off of your yoga mat as well. Do what feels good for you. So we're going to get started in a seated position. Seated position for me means sitting with my legs crossed, but it might not mean that for you. All I ask is that you can sit up nice and tall, so stacking your belly button, your heart, your chin, and then the crown of your head. So you're kind of creating this straight line. Maybe you like rock in your sitting bones a little bit till you can find a space to sit up tall. Bring your shoulders up towards your ears and down your back. We're going to do this a couple of times, just releasing any tension you might be holding in the shoulders. And then when you're ready to settle in, take your hands and place them on your lap or wherever is comfortable, and close your eyes. Simply begin to notice the fact that you are breathing right now. You don't need to worry about changing your breath at all. Just notice that your body automatically breathes for you and with you. Because our bodies automatically breathe for us, it can sometimes be challenging for us to remember that we can take a deep breath whenever we want to or need to. So we're going to take 3 deep breaths in and out together. Breathe in, feel yourself growing up taller. Breathe out, relax your shoulders. Breathe in, feel your side body expand. Breathe out, soften your knees to the floor. Breathe in, feel yourself uplift. Breathe out, feel yourself relax. Just notice how you feel. Remembering that how you feel right now in this moment is not permanent. So you can always breathe into it. Just like your inhale turns into an exhale, your present moment will come and it will go. Let's bring some specific attention to the breath. So keeping your eyes closed, you may choose to keep your hands on your knees. You may choose to put your hands on your belly. You may choose to put your hands on your ribs, or you may choose to put one hand on the heart and one hand on the belly just to feel the breath moving in your body. You're welcome to try all of them too, to see which one helps you connect most strongly with the breath. But we're going to inhale and focus on filling the belly up with air, and then pull that air up into our chest, and then let the air leave our chest, then let it leave our belly. So as you inhale, feel your belly begin to rise. Feel the air move up into your chest. And then as you exhale, feel the air leave your chest and leave your belly as your navel draws back towards your spine. Remember to sit up tall, so inhale, feel the belly expand to the front, to the sides, and then up into the chest. Exhale, feel it leave the chest, feel it leave the belly. Inhale, expand. Exhale, let it leave. Let your breath moving through your body be kind of like a wave. So inhale, fill the belly. The side body expands. Feel the breath even in your back, and then as it moves up into your chest. Exhale, feel it leave your chest. Feel it leave the belly. Feel the sides draw in, belly button towards the spine. Do 3 more of these on your own. Then release the hands to your lap. We breathe to pause. We breathe to experience. We breathe to remember that we are alive and that all is well. I want you to think about the reason that you decided to practice yoga today. Think about your reason to breathe today. Maybe it's gratitude. Maybe it's a kind thought for someone you love. But either take your hands and place them over your heart, or bring your hands to heart center and think about your reason to breathe today. This is called setting an intention for our practice. We'll set our intention with our breath, so taking your intention from your heart, inhale, open your eyes, reach your arms up, look up, imagine that intention is in between your fingers, and exhale, float your hands down, float your intention all around you. Let's inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, float your hands down. Good job. Move with your breath. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, float your hands down. Good job. Keep your hands by your sides. Drop your right ear to your right shoulder. Soften your shoulders down and away. Maybe you lift your left fingertips off of the earth if it feels good, stretching through the neck. Maybe you lift it up higher, flexing your left wrist up towards the sky. Maybe you close your eyes, but remember to breathe. So breathe in and out. Left fingertips float down if they're lifted. Head and neck come back to center. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, left ear to left shoulder. One side might feel different than the other. I know it does for me. Maybe it feels good for you to lift your right fingertips up off the earth, maybe a little bit higher, maybe even flexing the wrist back, stretching through your neck. Relax your shoulders. Maybe you close your eyes. Breathe in and out. Float your right fingertips down, lift your head and neck back up to center. Give yourself a smile, just yoga. You don't have to take it so seriously, guys. And then we're gonna come forward into all fours. So remember, your breath is the most important thing in yoga. It's not about the shape of your body. It's actually about how deep you can breathe. So if you come into a shape and you're like, oh, I can't take a deep breath here, then maybe back off a little bit. So child's pose, knees come wide, big toes come together to touch. You take your sitting bones back towards your heels, extend your arms out long, and maybe put your forehead down on your mat. You're getting a nice big stretch through your back body. We're going to move kind of slowly here. It doesn't mean we won't work hard, but we'll still move intentionally. But as you take a deep breath in, see if you can feel your rib cage expand, and as you exhale it out, feel your belly button come towards the spine. So come back to that belly breathing, pulling the air into the belly and then up into the chest. And then let it leave the chest, then leave the belly. So inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. On your next inhale, walk your fingertips over towards the right, getting a nice side body stretch. Inhale to lengthen through the left side body, and as you exhale, keep your left sitting bone glued towards your left heel. One more breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Good job. Inhale, bring your hands back through to center. Exhale, walk them over towards the left. So remember, you're getting a nice stretch along your side body. You're breathing into your belly and pulling the air up into your chest and then letting it leave. So why do we take deep breaths? Well, because the breath helps to calm us down when we feel stressed. The breath can also help energize us when we're feeling tired by giving us fresh oxygen and energy. Inhale, come back to center. The breath has so many amazing qualities, but again, we forget to breathe often. So keep coming back to your inhale and your exhale. Even as we move, keep the connection with your breath. Inhale, come up into a tabletop pose. So in tabletop, your shoulders are directly over top of your wrists. Your hips are over top of your knees. You're pushing down into your shins and your fingers are spread wide. Now take any wrinkles out of the back of the neck and let your head and neck be long here. Tuck your toes under and take a nice full breath in. And as you exhale, push into the hands and push into the feet to let the knees hover so you're in floating tabletop. I like to call this magic carpet. Remember, like I said earlier, nothing lasts forever, right? So whether it's something challenging or something that feels really good, it doesn't last forever. But we need to remember to breathe. So take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. Lift your tailbone up to the sky. Drop your heels down towards the earth. Come into your downward facing dog. So you might need to widen your stance a little bit depending on the length of your arms and your legs. But in downward dog, you're in upside down V. So fingers spread nice and wide. Your hips working up towards the sky. Your heels working towards the mat. Even if they don't make it there, that's fine. Head and neck are neutral. Take a full breath in. Exhale, bend in your right knee. Feel the stretch intensify in your left leg. Inhale, straighten through your right. Exhale, bend through the left. This is called taking your dog for a walk. So inhale, straighten left leg. Exhale, bend in the right. Drop your left heel down towards the mat. Inhale, straighten right. Exhale, bend in the left knee. Good job. Inhale, straighten right. Exhale, drop back down to your knees slower than you'd like to. Come back into your child's pose. Notice how the breath feels different in different shapes in the body. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. Inhale, come back up to tabletop pose. So fingers are spread nice and wide. As you exhale, hug your elbows into your side and lower all the way to your belly. Keep your hands on the earth. Take your forehead to the mat. Push into the tops of the feet. Before we go anywhere, I want you to feel your breath in your body as your belly is on the earth. So take a full breath in. Exhale it out. Do that again and notice how your belly pushes into the earth as you inhale and how your belly button draws up to the spine as you exhale. Now energizing through the legs and through the fingers as you inhale, slowly begin to lift up, baby cobra. And then exhale, gently melt your heart back down. Let's do this twice more. Inhale, lift up, feel your heart lift. Exhale, melt down. One more inhale, lift. Can you soften your shoulders? Can you smile? Even if your hair's in your face, who cares? Exhale, lower down. Good job. Inhale, lift back up into your tabletop pose. Coming back through your magic carpet, so tuck your toes under, full breath in. Exhale, connect to your strength. Floating tabletop, deep breath in again. Exhale it out. If you can breathe here, you can breathe anywhere, I promise. Inhale, tailbone up towards the sky. Exhale, straighten the legs, downward facing dog. You are doing great. Take a full breath in and out. And then transfer the weight into your left leg. Inhale, lift your right leg so it's just hip height. Notice if your breath shifts here, and then exhale, pull the right knee up and in towards the chest, and step the right foot up in between the hands. Good job. Drop down to your back left knee. Reach your fingertips towards the earth. Your shoulders come away from your ears, root into your right foot. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. Good job coming into a little twist here. So plant your left palm. You can bring your right hand onto your right leg and just kind of turn your torso here. If you want more, you can reach your right fingertips up towards the sky. Take a full breath in. And out. Good job. Slowly bring your right hand back down to the earth. Energize your left leg. Step your right leg back to meet the left. High plank pose. Shoulders are over wrists. This is another place that if we can breathe here, we can breathe anywhere. So full long breath in. Exhale it out. You may choose to drop to your knees like we did before. Keep the legs lifted and lower all the way to the earth. Take a full round of breath here with your forehead on the mat. So breathe in and out. And then inhale, find your back bend. Maybe you come up a little bit further this time. Maybe it feels good to rock it side to side. Maybe you've been doing a lot of sitting and Netflixing on the couch, right? Me too. Exhale, slowly roll it back down. Option here to come back through tabletop, or if you want some more strength, tuck your toes, deep breath in. Exhale, push it up, high plank. Inhale, let's all find our way to downward facing dog. We're going to do an audible community breath. So even though we're not together, we're still taking this breath together. So we'll take a deep breath in through the nose and we'll sigh it out the mouth. So take a deep breath in. Exhale, sigh it out. Good job. Inhale, lift your left leg. Notice it becomes a little bit more challenging to breathe here. Exhale, left knee up and in towards the chest and step the left foot up in between the hands. Good job. Drop your back right knee. Look for a straight line between the left knee and ankle. Fingertips come to the earth. Bring your gaze forward. Pull your heart forward a little bit here too. Take a deep breath in and exhale it out. Good job. Take your right fingertips, your right hand to the mat. Left hand come onto left thigh. You're going to come into a little twist here. So you have the option to extend your left arm if you want to. Maybe you even wiggle in the fingers. But what's most important is the breaths. Take a full breath in and a long breath out. Good job. Left hand comes back to frame the foot. Lift your back right leg. Step your left foot back to meet your right high plank. We're here for 2 breaths. So let's hear them. Breathe in and out. If you shake, that means you're alive. Be grateful. Breathe in. Breathe out. You're building strength. Slowly lower all the way to the earth. Nice job. Notice if when you get here, you just want to lift up into your back bend right away. And remember, we're going to stay for a full breath in and out. Inhale, find your back bend. Maybe this time an up dog feels good. So that would mean that the weight is in the tops of the feet and the hands. Good job. Exhale, find your own way to travel back to downward facing dog. Doesn't have to be my way. Doesn't have to be your best friend's way. Remember, do you. Take a deep breath in. Long breath out. Amazing job. Inhale, lift your right leg. This time, if you want to, you can stack your right leg over top of your left, maybe bending in the right knee. Remember, nothing is forever. This shape is not forever. Can you find something to enjoy here, no matter where you are? Deep breath in. As you exhale, bring the right knee up and in towards the chest, and then step the right foot up in between the hands. You always have the option to drop the back knee, but you're welcome to keep it lifted. So, feel your heart pull forward. Feel yourself super strong here. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale it out. And when you're ready, inhale, reach up into your crescent lunge. So in crescent lunge, shoulders are over top of your wrist. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale it out. Breathe in, feel the crown of your head grow up taller. Breathe out, relax your shoulders. Breathe in. Exhale your hands to your heart center. Now for me, it's always kind of challenging to breathe deeply when I'm in a twisted position. So remember, we can breathe through hard things on our yoga mat. We can do that in life too. So deep breath in. As you exhale, turn to the right. You're welcome to stay here, or you can hook your left elbow on the outside of your right leg to come into a twist, but breath is most important. So if you've come here and you can't breathe, ease out a little bit. Breathe in and out. Use your strength to bring your way back to the center. Reach your arms up. Exhale, hands frame the right foot. Put a deep bend in your left knee, and then step your left foot up to meet your right. Come into your first forward fold. So deep bend in the knees to help release the back. Let your head and neck hang heavy. Can you breathe deep here? Can you bring the breath into the belly and then the chest, and let it leave the chest and then the belly? On your next inhale, slowly begin to roll up the spine nice and slow. Come up into your mountain pose. Maybe you want to take some shoulder rolls here if that feels good. Beautiful job. In mountain pose, your feet are underneath of your hips. Your hips are neutral here. Length through your side body, shoulders down and back, heart forward. Lift the corners of your lips up to help relax the muscles of your face. Good job. From here, we bring in a bit of balance. So, begin by bringing your hands to your heart center, stabilizing through both sides, but also remember your reason to breathe. Shift the weight into the right leg and bend into your left knee. So notice if you start to kind of collapse in this right hip, stand up tall and proud like you do in mountain pose. Take a full breath in and out. Preparing for tree pose. So opening your left hip up out to the left side. You're welcome to create a little kickstand here if this feels good for you. You're still working, you're still balancing. If you want, you can lift that foot up to the inside of the calf, or you can bring it to the inside of the thigh, but only do what feels good for you. Breathe in and out. Balance poses help us to focus. Maybe you want to grow the branches of your tree Maybe you even wiggle in the leaves on your tree. If you really want to test your balance today, you can take your gaze up to the sky, or you can close your eyes if you're feeling funky, but do what feels good for you. Wherever you are, let's take a full breath in and exhale it out. Good job. We exit the pose the way we came in, so bring your hands back to your heart first. Your knee comes back to center, and then we lower all the way down. Nice job. As you inhale, reach up, look up, space in the front of the body. As you exhale, hinge at your hips and fold forward. Show those hamstrings some love. Inhale, bring your hands to your shins, halfway lift up, create a 7 with your body. Exhale to fold. Nice job. Inhale, step back with your left leg. As you exhale, drop your left knee and then heel toe your right toes over to your left wrist, preparing for pigeon pose. So in pigeon pose, the more parallel your front leg is with the front of your mat, the more intense the stretch will be. So the closer you pull this heel in towards your groin, maybe the more user-friendly. If you're like, Julie, there's no way my hips are doing this today, that's totally fine. You can come into seated pigeon here, or you could come into reclined pigeon on your back. So play around with what feels good for you, but remember that nothing is forever and that we have our breath to help us through whatever it is we're facing. So wherever you are, connect back with your breath. Maybe you close your eyes, take a deep breath in. Exhale, see where you can soften. If you are in pigeon pose and you'd like to begin to walk it forward, if that sensation is okay, that's totally fine. Go as far as you would like to or want to today, but remember the most important thing is the breath. Long, full inhale. Long exhale. Can you breathe into the belly and the side body and the back and then the chest? And can you let it go in the opposite way? Your next inhale slowly lifts you up. And we'll make our way back to downward facing dog. So whichever version of pigeon pose you're in, find your way back to your down dog, and let's take another community breath. So long breath in. Side out, exhale. You can do it. You can be silly. You're in your house, right? If I can do it on YouTube, you can do it at home. Let's do it. Breathe in. Let it go. Good job. When you're ready, inhale, lift your left leg. 3-legged dog. Now, if you want to, and you did it on the other side, you can stack your left hip over top of your right, maybe bending in your left knee, so your left heel's working down towards your sitting bones. Wherever you are, you know what I want you to do. Breathe. Pull the left knee up and in towards the chest. And then bring the left foot up in between the hands. Nice job. Pause in your lunge. So get yourself set up for success. Sometimes we have to pause. We have to stop doing things. So that way we can get ourselves set up to get to where we want to go. So left knee over left ankle. Right leg is nice and active here as well. If you want to drop the right knee, you can. Whenever you're ready, inhale, lift up into your crescent lunge. So my core is nice and strong here and helping to support me. It's not all just my legs, but maybe I see if I can sink a little bit deeper. Wherever you are, connect with your beautiful breath. So breathe in, feel yourself lift up taller. Breathe out, feel yourself sink just a little bit deeper. If you notice, I'm shaking too. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more here, breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale. As you exhale, bring your hands to your beautiful heart, and we're going to come into that twist. So twisting this time towards the left, you're welcome to stay here. If you want to hook right elbow outside of the left knee, you're welcome to do that too. Find one still point to look at. You can also look past your left elbow if that feels good for you, but let's take a deep breath in. Long breath out. Use your strong core. Inhale, come back up to center. Exhale, frame your left foot. Bend back into the right knee and then step the right foot up to meet the left. Forward fold. What can you let go of? Is it some stress in your neck? Is it worries about what other people think of you? Just let go of it. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale it out. Slow and with control, roll up the spine, one vertebrae at a time to come up into your mountain pose. Mountain pose, get yourself set up. So lift your toes up towards your nose. You naturally push down through the four corners of your feet. That's where you're most grounded and rooted. Hip points are forward. Take your time. Don't rush it. Okay? Feel yourself good in mountain pose, strong and stable. And then when you're ready, you can bend into the right knee, but pause. Notice what happens. Did you sink into that leg? Can you lift up? Feel your body ready to support you. And then open your right knee up out to the side whenever you're ready. Starting kickstand always. If you want to float the foot up, you can. You know your options. So do what feels good for you, but wherever you are, remember what's most important? Your breath. So grow your branches if you want. Keep your hands at your heart if you want. Put your hand on your belly and your heart and breathe if you want. Feel yourself rooted in the earth. Feel yourself lifting up and expanding. Remember, we breathe to pause. We breathe to be present. This is not forever. It's just a moment. Can we breathe? On your inhale, grow a little taller. On your exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Bring your knee back to center. Lower down. Nice job. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, your right leg goes back in space this time. As you exhale, right knee drops to the earth. Coming into pigeon pose on this side, so left foot, heel, toes over towards the right wrist. Your body is not going to be the same on one side as the other. So this side might feel great. This side might feel a little bit tighter. For me, it feels a little bit tighter than it did on the other side. So remember your options. You're always welcome to come into a seated pigeon, or you're always welcome to come into a reclined pigeon with that foot on the earth or lifted. So do whatever feels good for your body. On your yoga mat, off your yoga mat. And also what feels good in your heart and your mind, you know, all that stuff. So wherever you are, full breath in. Long breath out. If you are in pigeon, you're welcome to find a sleeping pigeon, walking hands forward. But remember, your edge on this side might be a little bit different than it was on the other side. So only go as far as you can take your deep breaths. And we'll stay here for 3 cycles of breathing. On your next inhale, slowly bring your way back up. And whichever variation you are in, find your way, your journey to downward dog. Let's take another community breath here. So long, deep breath in. Exhale it out. 2 more. Breathe in. Let it go. Breathe in. Be a little silly. Let it out. We'll come down onto our belly. So you get there however you want to. If you want more strength in your practice, you can go through plank and lower down there. If you just want to drop the knees and come to your belly, you can do that too. So do whatever feels good for you. But bring your arms by your sides and bring a cheek to the mat. If your low back is feeling a little bit tight or sore, you can widen your feet here. Take a second just to close your eyes. Feel your belly push into the earth as you inhale. And then feel your belly button come back up to your spine as you exhale. Long, slow breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Take your opposite cheek to the mat. I'm going to be quiet for 3 of your own breaths. So you connect with your breath here. And then come back to center. Bring your forehead down onto the mat. Bring your arms by your sides, just underneath your armpits. And then place your elbows where your fingers were to come into Sphinx pose. So in Sphinx pose, shoulders and elbows are in a nice straight line. You can keep your gaze down to keep a nice long line of energy out through the crown of your head. Just a little back bend here, but notice how when you take a deep breath in, belly still pushes into the earth, and as you breathe out, belly button towards the spine. Close your eyes here. Take another deep breath in. Exhale it out. Slowly lower all the way down to the earth. Bring your hands back where your elbows were. Inhale, open your heart up all the way, smile. Exhale, pull back into your child's pose. Connect back to your breathing. Notice how this child's pose feels different than the first one we took in practice. Maybe you come back to that 3-part breath. The breath coming in through the belly, up into the chest, and then leaving the chest and leaving the belly. If it feels good, you can rock your forehead on your mat, or you could walk your hands to the sides, or you could sway your hips side to side. Just do something that feels good. Nice deep breath in. Long breath out. Inhale, lift up. And as you exhale, just cross over at your ankles. We'll prepare to lower down onto our back. So if you want core work here, you're welcome to come into a boat pose or keep the feet planted as you slowly lower to the earth. Or if you're like, I'm just ready to lay down, you're welcome to do that too. When you arrive, however you get there, inhale, reach your arms up overhead, reach your toes away from your fingers. Beautiful good morning stretch. And then exhale, draw your knees into your chest and give yourself a great big hug. Breathe in and out. Do anything that you want to or need to that feels good before you lay fully down for relaxation. So if you want to bring your knees like windshield wipers, or maybe it feels good for you to take a happy baby, you do what feels good for you. Or if you're like, I'm done, I'm ready to lay down, be done, be ready to lay down. Take a moment here just to completely let go of everything. Let your head be fully supported by your mat. Let your eyes close. Let your jaw soften. Relax the tongue away from the roof of your mouth. Feel your shoulders melt down your back. Feel that relaxation move down your arms, now to your fingertips. And then notice the breath as it moves in and out of your belly and your chest. Feel the muscles in your back start to let go, especially your lower back and your glutes. Relax your hips, letting your feet fall apart naturally. Relaxing through the tops of the thighs, your kneecaps, your shins, the ankles, and all the way down out the toes. And as you breathe in, notice if there's anywhere in your body that you're still holding on to some stress or tension. And as you breathe out, let it go. Staying here and noticing what it feels like to just allow yourself to be with a relaxed body. Not moving a muscle. Maybe you connect back to how your breath feels moving in and out of your chest and your belly. Remembering that whatever we're going through is never permanent. Our challenging emotions always come and go. When things don't go our way, it eventually passes. Nothing is forever. We can breathe in uncomfortable situations on our yoga mats, and therefore we can breathe in them off of our yoga mats. You are so capable of that. We can also breathe in moments that feel really amazing. So maybe right now, think about something in your life that is really amazing. Something you're so grateful for. Maybe it's time with your family. Maybe it's a favorite TV show or a book that you're reading. Maybe it's a yoga pose that feels really good to you right now. Breathe for a moment in stillness and gratitude for something that is really good in your life. And stay here until you can't hear the sound of my singing bowl any longer. Keeping your eyes closed, rub your thumb and your index finger together. And then your thumb and your center finger. And then your thumb and your ring finger. And then your thumb and your pinky. And then wiggle in your toes. And then give yourself an amazing good morning stretch, reaching fingers away from the toes. Pull your knees back into your chest. Roll off onto one side and pause. Remember why you came here to breathe today. Slowly bring your way up into a seated position. And then as you inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale your hands to your heart. Close your eyes. Let's take another deep breath in together. Exhale it out. I am so grateful to breathe with you today. Remember that you can always return to your breath when you need it. All of the good inside of me knows and sees the good inside of you. May you remember that today too. Namaste. Thank you.